When homeowners sit down to calculate how much money they will walk away with after selling their house, they usually do some very simple math. They take their expected sales price, subtract their remaining mortgage balance, and factor in the real estate agent commissions and assume the rest is pure profit heading straight into their bank account. But when closing week finally arrives and the escrow company sends out the settlement statement, well, many sellers get hit with an intense wave of sticker shock. There is an entire laundry list of administrative fees, local taxes, and situational expenses required to legally transfer property ownership that nobody warns you about. If you want to avoid a massive surprise at the closing table and protect your actual net proceeds, here are the top 3 hidden costs of selling a home that you aren't prepared for. The first one is very situational, dependent upon your location. But the first hidden cost that catches sellers off guard is the local transfer tax or deed tax. Think of this as a transactional sale tax levied by your city, your county, or state government simply for the privilege of transferring the property's title to a new owner. Unlike standard property taxes that you pay annually, transfer taxes are calculated as a direct percentage of your home's final sales price. Now, while a fraction of a percent might sound minor, when you apply it to hundreds of thousands of dollars, it turns into a massive expense. In some regions, this fee can easily add up to several thousands of dollars. And local custom almost always dictates that the seller covers this cost out of their proceeds. It is a completely mandatory government fee that is automatically deducted from your check at the finish line, regardless of how much profit you did or you didn't make on the sale. The second massive hidden drain on your equity is the property tax and HOA proration puzzle. Property taxes are almost always paid in arrears, meaning the tax bill that you pay this year actually covers the months that you lived in the house last year. Now, when you sell your house mid-year, you are legally responsible for paying the property taxes from day one that you own the house for that year up until the exact day that the deed is transferred and recorded. At closing, the escrow company will calculate exactly how many days that you spent in the home during the current tax cycle, and they will deduct that exact dollar amount from your proceeds to hand over to the buyer so that they can pay the tax bill when it comes due. The same exact rule applies to your homeowners association dues. If your neighborhood association has an upcoming special assessment for, say, community road repairs or a steep transfer fee, you might find yourself writing a check for thousands of dollars to clear your account before the HOA will even legally sign off on the sale of your house. There are hidden title issues, right? If there are hidden title issues or missing property surveys, those can also create unexpected mandatory expenses right before closing. Now, finally, the third hidden cost involves property preparation and clearing hidden clouds on title, such as outdated property surveys or unpermitted work. During the escrow process, the buyer's lender and the title company will dig deep into local municipal records. If they discover that a fence you built 5 years ago slightly crosses over your neighbor's property line, or if they require a brand new certified boundary survey because your old paperwork is outdated, you will be forced to hire a professional surveyor on short notice. Furthermore, if the title search uncovers an old unreleased mechanic's lien from a contractor who worked on your roof a decade ago, even if you pay them in full, the closing will be completely frozen until you pay to legally clear that title cloud. The key to a stress-free home sale is looking at your net sheet with open eyes right from the very beginning. When you anticipate the transfer taxes, prepare for the daily tax prorations, and audit your property's legal history before going onto the market, You ensure that the number you expect to walk away with is the exact amount that lands you into your bank account. Now, if you are thinking about selling your home and you want an exact itemized breakdown of every single closing fee, tax, and proration specific to your local market, so there are absolutely zero surprises at the closing table, send me a message. So let's look at the real numbers together and map out your true net profit.